Ο εξωτερικός κόσμος δεν υπάρχει. Είναι μια ψευδαίσθηση που δημιουργεί ο νους σου. Και όσο εστιάζεις στον καθρέφτη, τόσο χάνεις την δημιουργική σου δύναμη. Βρήκα ένα υπέροχο βίντεο, κατά την άποψή μου, που εξηγεί με βάση αυτή την αλήθεια πώς να ερμηνεύσουμε τις 10 εντολές από την Αγία Γραφή. Μία ερμηνεία στην οποία ο εξωτερικός κόσμος είναι απλά η αντανάκλασή σου, η σκιά σου, η προβολή σου και όχι κάτι ξεχωριστά από σένα. Άκουσέ το και γράψε μου στα σχόλια την άποψή σου.
What if I told you that the second coming of Christ is entirely up to you? Shift paradigms with me. The 10 Commandments. What if you were to look at the 10 Commandments not in the way that you were taught by the church and by any other religious organization? What if the 10 Commandments were not intended as guidance for you to treat others, but as guidance for you to treat yourself? What if the 10 Commandments were intended as a look inward rather than a look outward? What if the way you were taught to regard the 10 Commandments is nothing but a way to distract you from focusing on the most important thing in the world, which is you? What if the only way out is in? So let's take a look inward, shall we? But before we start, I want you to remember this. There's nothing but you. The vast universe you perceive is a mirror that reflects right back to you your own consciousness. You are not separate from the stars, the earth, or the people around you. They are just extensions of who you are. They are just extensions of your being. They are nothing but projections of the infinite mind that you are. Universe whispers the truth. You inverse. The world is not outside of you. It is within you. To awaken the Christ within is to realize that all you fear, all you love, resides within you in the essence of your divine self. Let's go. The first commandment. You shall have no other gods before me. Traditionally, it's a call to worship the one and only true God. What if we look inward and we realize that the call is to never let ourselves be influenced by anything external that is in the outer world? What if it is actually a call to awaken the divine presence within us, to recognize our divine essence? What if it is a call to stop worshiping external opinions, achievements, or possession over our inner truth? Commandment 2. You should not make for yourself a carved image, which means traditionally no idolatry or worshipping any false gods or worshipping any false images or idols. But what if it actually means do not create a false image for yourself? What if it actually means stay true who you truly are and do not show up in the world as somebody you are not? What if it tries to tell you do not create a false image of yourself? What if it tries to tell you to stop building a false persona only so you can fit in the society? What if it's trying to tell you to be true to who you are? Third commandment. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. Traditionally, respect God's name and avoid misusing God's name with disrespect. But what if it's trying to tell you to stop disrespecting your own self? What if it's trying to tell you to avoid self-deprecating thoughts or words and to stop dishonoring your intrinsic power and divinity? The fourth commandment, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Traditionally, set aside the seventh day for rest and for worship. What if in fact it's trying to tell you to rest, to find a period of time, not necessarily in a week, but in a month, to take time for yourself, for introspection, for healing your soul, for looking deep within, to honor your body, and to spend time in spiritual activities. The fifth commitment, honor your father and your mother. Traditionally, it asks you to show obedience to your parents. But what if it's more than just that? What if this commandment tells you to bring yourself in balance from a masculine and feminine energy? What if this commandment, it asks you to remember your roots, to go back to your roots, to find out who you truly are? What if this commandment, it asks you to forgive all your childhood traumas that are caused by your mother and your father, with or without their intent? Forgive them and heal your soul. Sixth commandment, you shall not murder. It's self-explanatory. You should not take any innocent life. This is what you've been taught, right? But what if the true meaning of it is do not kill your dreams. Do not kill your aspirations. Do not kill your authenticity. Do not kill your inner child. What if it's trying to tell you to be mindful so that you don't kill your creativity? What if it's trying to tell you to be mindful so you do not suppress your passions, your voice? What if it's trying to tell you to not dim your light? The seventh commandment, you shall not commit adultery. Traditionally, we've been taught to stay faithful in our marriages and in the rest of the relationships. But what if the meaning of it is for us to stay faithful to our true self, to not betray our soul, stay faithful to our deepest desires and values, to not compromise our integrity for fleeting pleasures or external validations? The eighth commandment, you shall not steal. Respect the property and the rights of others. But what if actually it's trying to tell you to respect your own property, your own values, to not rob yourself of time, of joy, of self-worth, to stop taking away your own happiness by comparing yourself to others or by self-sabotaging behaviors? The ninth commandment, you shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. Speak truthfully, do not lie or spread any falsehood. But what if what it actually tries to tell us is to stay true to who we are, to not lie to ourselves and to others about who you are or your worth, to be honest with yourself about your strength, your weakness, your desires, and to avoid all lies that actually diminish our self-esteem. And the 10th commandment, you shall not covet. Yes, it's true. You shall never yearn for what others have. But what if, in fact, is trying to tell you that you shall not wish to have somebody else's path, somebody else's journeys, somebody else's achievements in life, because every single one of us, we are beautifully unique. And while you covet somebody else's path, you miss the most important steps to take on your own path, the path that will take you home, the path that will help you raise the consciousness, the Christ consciousness within. So listen, let's talk about all of these in different ways, in esoteric, in metaphysical, in metaphorical, in parabolical ways, in the way that maybe they weren't talked about before, but in the way that if we look deep down, we may, just maybe, we may find the Christ within, and we may, by the end of this year, raise it and find ourselves face to face with God. I love you.